Well guys, the WWE's Hell in a Cell 2021 pay-per-view event is now over and done with, and by all means Hell in a Cell 2021 had a few big noteworthy developments that do deserve discussion. And before we get into the main featured story in this video regarding the pay-per-view, we will provide the fans who possibly missed out on Hell in a Cell this year a brief recap of the show, along with all the big talking points surrounding the match outcomes and the plans WWE have in place following Hell in a Cell 2021. The action at Hell in a Cell 2021 started off on the pre-show with a women's division matchup between one half of the current women's tag team champions Natalya against Mandy Rose. Overall, this was a pretty solid match between Mandy Rose and Natalya, and not surprisingly, Natalya ended up picking up the win over Mandy Rose. Although fans can be assured that they have not seen the last of Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke trying to get the upper hand over Natalya and Tamina. The Hell in a Cell 2021 main card kicked off with a scheduled SmackDown Women's Championship match between the defending champion Bianca Belair against worthy challenger Bayley. Without question, this was one of the matches that many fans were anticipating to be a great bout between the two very talented women's division superstars, and in the end, the match delivered and then some. Both Bayley and Bianca Belair brought their very best in this match, and they both put on fantastic performances. While there had been some rumblings that Bayley could have found a way to win the SmackDown Women's title tonight at Hell in a Cell 2021, after a grueling back and forth match that saw both superstars come close to victory, Bianca Belair managed to retain her SmackDown Women's Championship against Bayley. However, there is currently a rumor going around that Bayley is leaving WWE temporarily following her loss at Hell in a Cell 2021 and has requested some time off from WWE to Vince McMahon, with reports indicating that Sasha Banks is going to be returning soon and setting her sights on trying to win back the SmackDown Women's title from Bianca Belair. So fans have likely seen the last of Bayley for the immediate future after Hell in a Cell 2021. We then had the singles match between SmackDown Seth Rollins and Cesaro, and not surprisingly, with both Seth Rollins and Cesaro being two of the best technical and skilled superstars in WWE today, it's no surprise that this matchup at Hell in a Cell 2021 between Cesaro and Seth Rollins lived up to fans' expectations and was a grueling, hard-hitting, awesome match. However, perhaps the match result is not exactly what most fans were hoping for, as many definitely want to see Cesaro get a very big push in WWE over on Friday Night SmackDown and be a legitimate contender for that Universal Championship. However, Cesaro suffered a bit of a roadblock in his quest to the Universal title contention tonight at Hell in a Cell, as Seth Rollins managed to steal victory away from Cesaro and pick up the big win, which was a pretty good momentum builder for Seth Rollins. However, fans should not be too worried for Cesaro's future, as Seth Rollins' win tonight at Hell in a Cell has tied up the wins with Cesaro and evened things out, and a third match will likely be booked in the future, perhaps at Money in the Bank 2021, which Cesaro could definitely win to finish up their storyline and come out of the feud on top. Next up, we had the match scheduled between Alexa Bliss and Shayna Baszler that was sure to have some trickery or interesting mind game antics on Alexa Bliss's part. And while there had been some speculation that the Fiend Bray Wyatt could have finally made his return to WWE tonight at Hell in a Cell 2021 to potentially seek revenge on Alexa Bliss and interfere in her match against Shayna Baszler, in the end that did not end up happening whatsoever, and the Fiend Bray Wyatt is still absent from WWE. Alexa Bliss ended up getting the win over Shayna Baszler, and by all means this booking decision was not met with praise from fans whatsoever, and instead lots are angered at the storyline in general between Alexa Bliss and Shayna Baszler, and more so on WWE for basically ruining Shayna Baszler's credibility, or what was left of it anyways. Let us know your thoughts on this match between Alexa Bliss and Shayna Baszler tonight at Hell in a Cell 2021. And what are your thoughts and opinions of Alexa's hypnosis on Nia Jax that led to Alexa Bliss getting the upper hand over Shayna and picking up the win? Was this a great match, or were you disappointed? We then had the singles match between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens to continue what has been a seemingly never-ending feud or rivalry between the two superstars, and by all means, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens put on a great match as they always do, with many fans stating that they felt this was the match of the night up to this point at Hell in a Cell 2021. And when it was all said and done, Sami Zayn picked up the big win against Kevin Owens tonight at Hell in a Cell, and most fans are under the belief that this was the right booking call for Sami Zayn to get the win. So job well done on WWE's part for this match booking. Next up, we had the Raw Women's Championship match between the defending champion Rhea Ripley against challenger Charlotte Flair. Now without question, heading into this championship match, there was a lot of speculation that Charlotte Flair, one of Vince McMahon's personal favorite superstars, could have defeated Rhea Ripley to win the Raw Women's Championship tonight at Hell in a Cell 2021. But thankfully for the concerned fans of Rhea Ripley, that did not end up happening, as Rhea Ripley retained her Raw Women's Championship via weird disqualification, and as expected, fans should be fully expecting a rematch between Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair at the upcoming Money in the Bank 2021 pay-per-view event. And this will likely be the show in which Charlotte wins the title from Rhea, so Ripley will be the champion on the Raw brand for a bit longer at least. Regardless, this match finish was truly an odd booking choice on WWE's part, and was not received well by most fans across social media. And let us know your thoughts and opinions of this match between Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair, and more specifically the match finish. We then had the main event of Hell in a Cell 2021, the WWE Championship Hell in a Cell match between the defending champion Bobby Lashley against challenger Drew McIntyre, and by all means this was essentially Drew McIntyre's last chance to defeat Bobby Lashley and reclaim the WWE Championship after getting so many title opportunities in recent months. Many fans were sure that this Hell in a Cell match between Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre would be a solid bout, and it definitely was. Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre gave it their all in this Hell in a Cell match, and it was certainly back and forth with both superstars having their big moments in what was a truly grueling and hard-hitting bout that tested the will of both Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley. When it was all said and done, Bobby Lashley managed to retain his WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre with a surprise roll-up pin. Definitely an odd and downright terrible choice for a Hell in a Cell match ending, and make sure you guys let us know your thoughts on this match's finish down in the comment section below. But regardless, Bobby remains the WWE Champion coming out of Hell in a Cell 2021, and the reported reason for Bobby Lashley retaining his WWE title and Drew McIntyre losing tonight at Hell in a Cell is very simple. Brock Lesnar is set to be returning to WWE any week now, and Vince is preparing to book a WWE Championship feud between Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, with Drew McIntyre likely to move on to a feud in the midcard for the time being.